Greetings, good people. I am back. All right, so let's just get straight into this whole Frost family drama. Y'all, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. I first became privy. I saw it circulating online. I went to T Hood's sister's page, saw some things she was posting on this, and I'm glad that I did because at almost a week later, this situation, this story has taken so many. I just saw this posted to the neighborhood. Allegedly, T Hood putting his hands on Kelsi. Now, Kelsi is the daughter of Kirk Frost, stepdaughter of Rashida Frost. Okay. T Hood was her boyfriend. And it is being alleged that Kelsi set him up to be taken out by her brothers. Okay. That's just one of the scenarios. Some people are saying there's no such thing as self-defense in this situation. Some think that he was shot in his back, his front. There's just a whole has been posting nonstop online, and I'm going to get into that. T Hood's mother is upset because she feels that the investigation, the people who are investigating, showing her any empathy. It's just day after day. There's an update, a twist, a turn involved. It's just a mess. So I just seen this posted to the allegedly shows T Hood physically abusing Kelsi before his death. Along with the clip, text messages have leaked that appear to be from Kelsi telling her he kept putting his hands on her. Now this is weird, y'all. There's no audio. So look on the left side in the left box. It looks like he's wrestling her. There's no audio. If you look at this on your phone, you will see footage in the right play, and it's like he jumps on her and grabs her and tussles her to the ground. For whatever reason, it is not playing on my computer. But if you go to the Neighborhood Talks Instagram and you look at this video on your mobile device, you will see it play. Okay. So, I was reading the comments and just looking for other. Baller Alert reported this, but before I go to Baller Alert, these are the text messages. So these are the alleged text messages from Kelsi to T Hood's mother. And it reads, "Your son putting his hands on me. Can you have someone send a Uber for his belongings? He's not going to be able to come back here anymore. And I would like to Uber the stuff to y'all while he's on the way." The mother, allegedly, this is the mother, responds, "Okay, thanks." Kelsi says, "No problem. Thanks again for everything." She goes on, "Hey, I'm not fond of anybody breaking my belongings or nothing. He's rude. Pushing me, slamming my doors, trying to pop my car tires, ripping my cameras out the wall. Nobody is helping me when it comes to him being domestic." Okay. Trigger warning. Okay. Trigger warning. There's photos. So these photos are of Kelsi after she was allegedly abused by T Hood. Okay. All right. And that was the original story that I saw last week. Now, unfortunately, some people can't stay off the internet. Okay. With constant posts back and forth. It's just been a mess. So when I first saw this on August the 9th, right, I saw that Kelsi made a statement and put up something on social media. She has since deleted it, but a lot of these blogs captured it. And her statement was along the lines of, "I didn't set him up because T Hood's sister accused Kelsi of setting her brother up to be taken out," right? So she immediately started to defend herself, and she said something that stuck out to me. She said, "I never called my family for help. Whenever there was a situation between us, between her and T Hood, the only person that I reached out to for help was his mother. So this leads me to believe if he indeed was putting his hands on her, the mother was privy to this information and the mother knew what the son was doing. Again, this is if this is all true. Okay. I'm going to go on record and say, I don't know anything, meaning there's no hard down evidence that is connecting to convince me that some of these allegations that are swarming or circulating online are true. I don't know if Kai acted in self-defense. I don't even know if Kai was the one that pulled the trigger. Kai is Kirk and Rashida's son, who is Kelsi's brother. Okay? We don't know anything. We don't have any evidence. We don't know anything. It's a lot of speculation. And one of T Hood's alleged sisters has been going online nonstop. So let me show this before I show the most recent post. These are the screenshots that I took Saturday night, August 9th, when I first saw this story. And I was going to report on it right away, but something told me to wait, and I'm glad that I did, because the twists and turns in this story are just unreal. Okay, so I did take a few other screenshots, but these are the three that I'm willing to post. Okay, so again, this is T Hood's alleged sister, and the first post reads, Frost K, which is Kelsi, set my brother up. She had her brother shoot him and say she didn't know he shot my brother 5 times in the back and stomach, chest. They cleaned it up and hid the brother so the police wouldn't find the weapon or him. Quote unquote, her 2 brothers. One left the scene, but the one that lives on the property is hiding. So there were stories circulating that Kai lived in the building, and then there was another story that he actually lives with his sister in the apartment. It's being alleged that the apartment is owned by Kirk and Rashida. Again, no hard down evidence that I've seen. Not that I'm going looking, but nothing has been produced to make me believe what's circulating on the internet. All right. So the second one is, if someone is so-called beating you up in your house, why not call 911 to remove the person from the home? And he lived there as well. And Kai Frost lives there as well, which is the brother. Why wait on someone to be shot, then call 911? And again, your brother already lived there in the house. Why wait on your older brother to come, then shoot him together when 911 could have been called from 3 p.m.? You wait 3 to 4 more hours, then call 911, and you didn't even call 911. You had us call 911. Again, this is T Hood's alleged sister. These are the posts that I retrieved from her Instagram stories August 9th, okay? And the last reads, please shut the F up and stop eating D on this app. If this was a self-defense situation, why would the brother leave the house before police arrived? And there was no weapons, just a shot person that was already dead at the scene. You took time to clean up, not call 911, because the 911 call came from Lithonia. Then you called after police were already en route. Why run if it was self-defense? So of course, in an emotional state, her brother is deceased. She's going online, and she is basically accusing Kelsi of not calling 911 right away, but calling us, meaning probably the mother and the sister, and had them call 911. This is just a mess. This is a hot mess. So now people are speculating. At that time when it initially broke, people were speculating that Kelsi had something to do with it. People were calling her all types of things. People were saying that, see, this is why you can't trust women and stay out of situations. She was gonna go right back to him. She probably called the brother and set him up, and just with no evidence. Anybody can get online and say anything. No evidence. So now the internet is in a frenzy. People are divided. Kurt and Rashida are being blamed. They wasn't even there, allegedly. Kurt and Rashida are being blamed for hiding him. People are upset that the Frosts are not speaking out. I don't understand, what would they be speaking out about? They don't have to address the public. That would be wise for them to keep their mouth shut. It would be wise for them to keep their mouth shut. It was also alleged that T Hood was shot not too long ago. As far as why, I don't know. Don't know if it's true. But yeah, there's just a lot of back and forth and a lot of finger pointing and blaming going on, right? So let's get into the baller alert because I like to use more than one source. Okay. So the baller alert is reporting pretty much the same. Okay. In images and video obtained, the daughter of reality star Kirk Frost is seen with bruises, a busted lip, and scratches on her face. Even more disturbing is the home surveillance footage showing T Hood attacking the woman several times inside a bedroom. He is seen violently punching Kay, I guess that's her nickname, and throwing her to the ground. Sierra Martina, a friend of Kay, also took to social media, and her video is in this slide, to defend the young woman, sharing some of the footage as well. Kay has been at the center of controversy since T Hood's passing. Several outlets have reported that she called her brothers to a home to confront the rising rapper. Allegedly, an altercation ensued with at least one of her brothers, leading to T Hood being shot. Yeah, because it was being alleged that T Hood was fighting with Kai and he was getting the best of him. So Kai left and came back and, started shooting T Hood. Again, none of this is there's no hard down facts and evidence. All internet speculation, hearsay, and etc. All right. So let's see. So this week it was announced that he was being investigated. Kai Frost was being investigated for self-defense, and then that pissed a lot of people off as well, because then people started becoming investigators and lawyers on the internet and saying, how could it be self-defense if he was shot in the back? Now, this was before the autopsy was even released. I think that was released today. But for the sake of time, I won't even go into that in this video. So no one knew where he was shot, what happened, nothing. It's not self-defense. He was shot in the back. I don't know. It's just weird how some people behave. Anyway, other evidence obtained by Baller Alert includes text messages sent by Kay to T Hood's mother, which we already saw, pleading for help in her domestic violence situation. For now, the investigation continues. However, it is evident that T Hood and Kay's relationship was much more tumultuous than many may have suspected. And I wonder if that's why she did not call her parents for help. She said when this all went down, she gave a statement online and said that the only person that she calls is T Hood's mother. I wonder why. She probably did not, obviously, she didn't want her parents knowing what was going on. And she said that he was the love of her life, and she was very distraught and upset and wanted people to know that she didn't set him up. All right. So this is a warning. Images may be disturbing to some viewers. We saw these text messages in the other posts. So these are images. Wow. This is bad, y'all. This is just so bad. That's the busted lip.
And like I said, y'all, I'm only speaking out because this is something that I had to hold in for a very long time, off the sake of the respect that I have for my friends, to not actually let people know her business. But his family has embarrassed him for, I'm just gonna show y'all. This is the things he used to do to my friend. And like I said, y'all, I'm only...
See, that was a small clip of the video. I don't know if Baller Alert didn't want to show the whole video, which is wise. I totally understand. But she obviously has been a witness to things. This is the friend, and it's unfortunate because she had to witness her friend enduring this, and had to keep quiet about it. Now, as far as her statement saying that T Hood's family is embarrassing him, I can't say that I disagree with that. Honestly, I cannot say that I disagree with that. It's just too much. All right, so now let's go to, this is T Hood's alleged sister. And this is what she posted on her stories. Y'all, this is messy. This is messy. So this is him and his daughter. They're taking a picture. This is some sort of yeah, like a candlelight vigil. All right, now look at this. 7 times to the body, 5 in the back. Oh no, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. 7 times to the body, 5 in the back. That's not self-defense. Justice for T Hood. This will be in y'all face till he is locked up for what he did. And she's referring to Kai Frost. And I do have to say, I think it's smart that the Frosts are not saying anything. They're not on social media. You know, Kai's Instagram is deactivated. Good. You don't need to be talking. Don't say anything. Nothing at all. All right. So this is a long one. And this reads, Tevin and I's relationship was fantastic. Okay. This is the sister. He was down to earth and upright amazing. Him and Kay's relationship was horrible. They were using drugs together. Now, this is what she's alleging. I'm just reading what's on her stories, okay? They were using drugs together and I guess she was trying to say she would antagonize him. My gosh. And from that video, looks like it was from last year during Cole's season. See, this is why you should stay off social media, because you're indirectly admitting that your brother definitely was hands-on, if you know what I'm saying. Let's continue. And only time I've known Tevin to allegedly put hands on her, she broke his necklace with his father's ashes in it. That gives, oh my goodness, that gives no right though. If he was harming her so often and lived with her brothers, why did nobody ever not call the police? She didn't even call the police when he died. She called his sisters too. Since it's cameras everywhere, release the video of that day, August 8th, 2024. And she's tagging the Shade Room, Gossip of the City, Fox 5 Atlanta. Oh boy. This is bad, y'all. If there's cameras all over the house, show the camera footage of the day of the shooting where he was leaving, because she wouldn't let his daughter come over. Show the Ring cameras. Post the date and time this video took place. So I can only assume that she's referring to the video that we seen that the Neighborhood Talk has posted. Okay. And she basically said that that's an old video and that's the only time that she was aware that he put his hands on her. So you're admitting that you're privy to the fact that he put his hands on her. This is why y'all need to stay off the internet. But I guess they don't care. You stayed with him after this. I bet you can't pass a drug test right now. Whew, my goodness. This is in reference to Kelsi. You planned this. So if you look in the bio section at the top, it says, I want to unalive some ish for real. And this was Kelsi's, this is Kelsi's page. And the sister is saying, you planned this. Oh, this is messy, y'all. You knew about him messing with Vanessa because you were too. My God. State the facts. This is really embarrassing. Okay. She circled, always get the job done. So this was a post from Kelsi. And then the caption is reading, who always get the job done? Your family at covering up crimes you and your brothers do? Okay, I don't know who this is. I know that's right. It go both ways. They probably were fighting each other. Okay. And then this person is responding to that comment. Kelsi is on hardcore drugs. Know her folks paid to get this posted so it won't go in his favor. But God will always prevail. Won't show the whole video though. Won't show the text. Won't show how she threw his deceased dad chain at my show one time, huh? And threw it out to the wolves. Won't say that, huh? This week, this ain't no DV. This is a homicide and the video old as F. But ma'am, and again, grace should be extended because she did lose her brother. But ma'am, it doesn't matter how old the video is. If this is something that he actually did and you're basically saying that the video is real and you're aware of how he put his hands on Kelsi, someone who does this doesn't just stop. They don't just do it one time and stop. Mm-mm-mm. I think these are like rap lyrics. And this one reads, "You did all this just to have him killed and go on your page and say you love him and how you would lay with him same night." Yes, Kelsi did post that. And this story was just an hour ago. This is so sad. This is absolutely positively sad. Um I don't know. What's going on the internet, what people are saying, it's unfortunate. People are quote unquote picking sides. A mother has to bury their son. Loved ones are in shambles. it, People are being exposed. I don't even know what to say. I just don't think this is going to work out great for anyone. Even if it is proven that it was self-defense and more information comes out, you know someone's life was taken and someone took a life. So you get what I'm saying? It's just, there's no winners in this, none whatsoever. Okay. And it's unfortunate because the mother stated that the detectives were not nice to her and they took too long to reach out to her, to interview her, to show her condolences. I guess she's looking for them to show her compassion and they didn't in a timely manner. I mean, if there's no need to question you, I mean, you weren't there. So 9 times out of 10, they're gathering all the evidence that they do have that people are willing to present. Not to mention all of this nonsense that's going on the internet. Trust me, they're aware. They're aware. They watch everything. Sometimes they leave it up to the people on the internet to do their job, right? And also, if he is somebody who has been in trouble with the law before because he was allegedly shot prior to this incident and was recovering from being shot. How long ago? I don't know. That's what's being said, right? If he is somebody that had a checkered past and authorities are aware of him, unfortunately, they're probably just looking at it as, oh well, just another, another black body that's gone. Not saying that that's right, but they're spoon feeding the media with information, and that's a good thing. I think they should continue to spoon feed the media because there's too many scenarios that have been made online, with all this speculation with little to no evidence. It's just sad, man. It's really, really unfortunate, and it's really, really sad. And I don't even know what to say beyond that. It's all bad on all levels. All of it is bad. All of it is absolutely positively bad. And what is going to happen now? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And I know the mother is hurting, even if she was aware. I mean, I believe all parents know their children. And Kelsi did communicate with the mother, letting her know the troubles that they had in their relationship. So the mother was aware. But even if the mother was aware, it doesn't absolve the fact that she has to bury her son. And she is going to be grieving and mourning the loss of her son. And she's angry and she's hurt. And we don't know what's going on in her mind. So, I want her to stay offline, though, and not post things like, don't support the Frosts, don't go to their restaurant. See, you can't do things like that because then you run the risk of getting wrapped up in legal issues. You can be sued for things like that. So I just think that all parties should cease posting. I think, you know what? Everybody should be slapped with a gag order because that is going to protect everybody because emotions are high right now. So I hope that everyone is hit with a gag order. You can't post about this. You can't do no interviews. You can't talk about this. You can't post it on any social media platforms. I think that's the best thing right now. That may sound a bit dramatic and extreme, but it's for the best interests of everyone. You don't want to say too much or say the wrong thing or make a false allegation, and it's just best if everybody be quiet. Well, here's what I want y'all to do. Drop down in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are. Have you been keeping up with this case? Or not even case, have you been keeping up with this situation? What are your thoughts? Let me know. All right, y'all. I'm signing off, but I will be back. And until next time, I will talk to you later.